I'd like to get their thoughts on the shift and focus on sustainability. It appears it is fast becoming the new competitive advantage across all industries. Since this isn't a new space for us, Art says, is there anything else we should be doing to position ourselves for the second half of the year and beyond? Let's come to you here, Leslie, to begin.
Well, I think from just the word sustainable, right? It means that it can continue on and on and on without, with shifts in innovation, with shifts in technology. I think, I sound like a broken record again, is that we will need to continue our development in digitization. And it's not just the basics anymore. It's all about the processes, the applications. It could be research and development. It's bringing digitization to all of these spaces. And like I said earlier, the tip of the iceberg has only been touched in this space. And it's not even just, supply chain delivery. This could be in the space of environmental protection and reviewing what we have from any kind of VOC emissions. You could use that digitization in this space and be able to take that real-time data and reduce it. And that just brings us back more to a sustainable environment and a sustainable economy that's getting greener and greener.
Sure, thanks, Leslie. Ravin, let's turn to you for your final thoughts on the second half of the year and beyond.
Okay, thanks for that, Rob. I'll come at it from a slightly different angle from Leslie, and I'll go to the micro level of companies or entrepreneurs. But first up, sustainability as a competitive advantage. I've never really understood that concept of sustainability being a competitive advantage, because it's not it's an imperative today. You can't sell it as I'm sustainable, buy from me. It's an imperative that all of us have to buy into if we want our grandchildren to be having the planet the way we had it when we were born. And so I don't see the benefit of carbon credits other than an economy being created, much like the share market, where you can trade things. In terms of what we can do to be prepared for the second half of 2021, and it's a brilliant question, so thanks for that, Art. I'd come at this from the micro perspective, and I'd say for all companies, the trick for us for the second half of this year is going to be nimble, and find your nimble roots again, and find that flexibility to be able to move if you get any more waves or headwinds or tailwinds, and at the same time be able to take opportunities as they're thrown at you. To use the golf shop analogy, there will be headwinds, but there'll also be massive tailwinds that something like this throws at you. And only when you're nimble and able to be flexible and take every opportunity that comes your way are you ready for the rest of this year. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with waiting for 4 months for a car or a laptop or anything else, because the supply chain is just going to constrain you in many different ways. So if I could leave you with a word for the second half, it's nimble.
That's great. Thanks, Ravin, and some very thought-provoking thoughts there. And it seems fitting to close with you here, Bill. What thoughts do you have on the second half of the year and beyond?
I'm going to buy in 100% of what Ravin had to say. And in being nimble, you see, is the key thing. The real behind the scenes of what you want to do is and these are the two most important things. Keep your eyes and your ears open, because you're going to need all the facts to make that quick decision. And the quick decision is going to either be the make or break, because what's gone on now and with the anxiousness of what happens, and God forbid we have sort of another throwback and whatever, be ready. And like I said, keep your eyes and your ears open and then act quickly.